Hi, Paolo. It's nice to see you again. It's been a year, I suppose, since last time we saw each other.
Yeah,
It was here again, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Briefly saw you. You're very busy. I've got a few questions for you. First of all, you're looking great.
Thank
You turned
you.
41, and it's amazing. Like, you look great. It's been an amazing year, 2025. It's been a pivotal and like very, intense year for you guys. You did so many strategic like investments, like from like, Adeco Agro, right?
Yeah.
And you had like Northern Data, Juventus, Rumble, BitDeer, like everything. So how is this, like, are you going to carry on investing on 2026, or are you going to take a break and just like, focus on what you already have invested in, like strategic partnerships and that?
I think we are looking at continuing the investment. So our investment strategy is investing in three categories. The first one is stability for our own company. So we invest in gold, we invest in Bitcoin, and we invest in land.
Yes.
So that is our hedge against the apocalypse.
Land, like in South America,
Yeah.
mainly, right? You were saying.
Yeah, in South America, because they have an amazing farming land. There is Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. Uruguay has amazing meat. It's probably one of the best meats in the world if you remove like Wagyu and so on. But Uruguay has incredible meat. Uruguay has a size of half of the size of Italy, but only 30 million people, while in Italy you have 60 million people.
Yeah.
But they have like 10 million cows and 20 million sheep.
Amazing.
So it's, I think they have cattle that is 10x the number of people. So it's
Oh,
great.
wow, that's good.
So I like that, and also so the Argentina and Brazil are like great productivity places when it comes to
And more
agriculture.
dense population where like you can invest in other different stuff as well.
Yeah, but so I think land is going to be important because whatever happens, land will be important. Agriculture will be important,
Yeah.
so we need to eat.
Yeah.
Then on the other side we have gold. We own more than 100 tons of physical gold held in Switzerland, because that's important. I think you see the gold price is doing all-time highs every single day, and means that the world is going toward darkness.
Sorry to interrupt you there. We had this problem on crypto exchanges with the gold price. Where there was a little crush.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention other gold companies, but there was like lots of wicks and everything. Where with XAUT, everything was still going with the gold price. That was our main thing. Like that's what we promote. That's what I said. This is what we're talking about. And stability and like gold and money. So talking about that part of the world, USA, obviously, you did the USAT with Bo Hines, which is amazing.
Yeah,
how has that affected you guys? Like I know there's with the new Trump, there's a policy shift, right? Because their stance is different towards crypto and like stable coins right now. And in the past you had so many problems with everyone talking about America, this, that, the other. How do you feel now?
I feel very well. I mean, look, I never been in the United States before this year, and you know that there was a company, this is a competitor, that wanted at the beginning of this year wanted to use the interest of the United States in making new regulations of stablecoins to do regulatory capture. So basically, they wanted to create a monopoly for themselves, and they wanted to use the fact that Tether was not operating in the United States. For kicking us out, but also actually killing us. So that ended up very badly for them. So what happened is that I went to the United States. I spent 2 months in Washington. I met with everyone, and I expect all the lawmakers and all the regulators, and I explained Tether. So I went with facts in my hands, saying, this is what we're doing for the US dollar hegemony. This is where we keep the money. And we keep the money, we're not hiding money. We keep the money in Manhattan, in Cantor Fitzgerald, in the United States. So we do all these things. We are helping the US Treasury to buy treasuries so that the interest rate on the treasuries can be lowered down. Because now you have China, you have other countries that are selling US treasuries, and we're buying these US treasuries at the same pace. So we are acting as a basically net positive for on many different aspects. And so with the education going on, I think Genius Act became a fair law for everyone.
Yeah.
It's such a fair law. It's not that the US gave us something special. It's just an even playing field that also is pushing now banks to issue their stablecoins. That is great.
Yeah.
We want many stablecoins. I don't think there should be one or two. There should be many.
Yeah.
Options are always great.
But now you reach 500 million users.
Yeah.
And you're the leader of the crypto market. What do you expect in the 2026? And, you know, we always like long-term investors in everything. You know, the Bitcoiners are like mainly always look like for the long run. What do you see like the world population like shifting towards digital currency? Because, you know, in digital area, you know, you're number one. Tether is number one, the digital currency. So from here, where is it going to go? And that's my final question because I don't want to keep you. I know you're a busy man.
So I think unfortunately the world will go towards darkness. I think that I think Europe is in a dire situation compared to, for example, I think that Central South America, or emerging markets, or Central South America, I think Turkey will have a great future. I think Asia is very well positioned, and also different countries in Africa are in a great spot. The problem is that in Europe, for example, you have such a complacency, such a slowness in adopting anything new, such an insane web of regulations that are very anti-future, that I'm not very positive for that. But I think that countries that see the opportunity and they are seeking the opportunity are out there. And I think that commerce and innovation will move to boutique countries, the countries that maybe in the past had harder times, but now they are full of young people. I mean, Italy, for example, is a good example of a population that is becoming older. People make much less kids. And so that also, apart from we have in Europe regulation issues, we have innovation issues, we have...
Can we say they're too slow to adapt? They're too traditional, and they're not like adapting to the changes in time and like the digital, era. I think that's the problem where in Turkey as well, like you said, in Italy and Turkey, because there's lots of Turkish people. So you think with the young population and like the innovational and like adapting generation, you think Turkey has a good chance in the future, like you said that, right? Yeah,
I believe so, because the beauty of Turkey is that you are independent. You are your own country. Europe is an union, and so try to put together all the wills and the necessities and the opinions of everyone is a complete mess. So it's I think countries that can stand alone and can Turkey is an amazing place from the geographic point of view. You are the entry place for the Mediterranean commerce. So, and then you have a younger population. You have also a big population. You have a lot of universities. You are more prone to digital compared to Europe. So, this is exactly the recipe for success for a country that, although it's hard to measure every month, but if you let 10 years to pass, you will see the result.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You made me feel better about my country as well.